How do the crown jewels work? The sacred coronation regalia used at the coronations of new monarchs is one of the nation's most priceless possessions, the crown jewels. The crown jewels, which consist of more than 100 items and over 23,000 gemstones, are irreplaceable because of their immeasurable cultural, historical, and symbolic significance. They are a part of the royal collection, which the king keeps in trust for the country. Before we continue to this video, subscribe to our channel. The St. Edward's crown, which is exclusively used to crown a new king or queen at the coronation ritual, and the imperial state royal, which the monarch wears for formal occasions such as the state opening of Parliament, are included in the collection of royal jewels. Since the 1660s, the crown jewels have been kept safe at the Tower of London, drawing tourists there ever since. The regalia for the coronation. The crowning regalia, or sacred items used at the crowning ritual, are the centerpiece of the crown jewels collection. These particular items stand in for the royal authority and duties. The sovereign's sceptre with cross, the sovereign's orb, and the coronation spoon were used most recently at the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Camilla on May 6, 2023. Are they genuine? Are the crown jewels real? Is the question that most tourists have regarding them. They are, indeed. Since the 1660s, the Tower of London and neighboring neighborhoods have guarded the crown jewels. They are a working collection utilized for less frequent events like coronations as well as yearly official occasions like the official opening of Parliament. St. Edward's crown from 1661. The most significant and revered of all the crowns is St. Edward's crown. Only when the creature is about to crown itself is it used. The stunning solid gold frame has semi-precious stone accents and weighs 2.23 kilograms, almost 5 pounds. After King Charles I was put to death in 1649, parliamentarians melted down the medieval crown and replaced it with the St. Edward's crown, which was built for Charles II's coronation. This rumored medieval crown belonged to King Edward the Confessor, a royal saint from the 11th century. Elizabeth II was last crowned with the St. Edward's crown in 1953. 1937. The Imperial State Crown. The Imperial State Crown is the one that the newly crowned king dons as they leave Westminster Abbey. It is also utilized at other official events, such as the yearly state opening of Parliament. 2. 868 diamonds, 17 sapphires, 11 emeralds, 269 pearls, and 4 rubies are placed in a gold crown. Some of the most renowned gems in the collection are found in the crown. These include the Cullinan II Diamond, the Stuart Sapphire, and the Black Prince's Ruby. According to legend, St. Edward the Confessor wore the St. Edward Sapphire, which is set in the uppermost cross, and it was found in his tomb in 1163. The crown built for Queen Victoria in 1838 was replaced by the Imperial State Crown for King George VI's coronation in 1937. 1661's the sovereign's sceptre with cross. Every coronation since Charles II since 1661 has featured the usage of the sovereign's sceptre with cross. When the magnificent Cullinan I diamond was added in 1910 for George V, it underwent a dramatic transformation. It is the largest colorless cut diamond in the world, weighing 530.2 carats. In 1905, the Cullinan Diamond was found in what is now South Africa. The mine's surface manager, Frederick Wells, was informed of a brilliant object glinting in the mine wall on January 26, 1905. A massive diamond bearing Sir Thomas Cullinan's name, the mine's chairman, was won by Wells. The Cullinan Diamond, at 3,106 carats, is still the largest gem-quality uncut stone ever discovered. The actual stone, which was insured, was dispatched by regular parcel post, while a replica stone, guarded by detectives, was sent by ship to the mining company's London sales representative. Both arrived unharmed. The stone was bought by the Transvaal government and given to King Edward VII. The gift represented the mending of ties between Britain and South Africa following the South African Wars, also known as the Anglo-Boer Wars, which took place between 1899 and 1902. In total, 9 big stones and 96 smaller brilliants were cut from the enormous uncut stone. The 9 largest stones required 3 polishers to work 14-hour days for 8 months to complete. The Cullinan I and the Cullinan II are the names of the two biggest stones. They are mounted on the front band of the imperial state crown from 1937 and the sovereign's scepter with cross from 1661. The monarch is given things at the coronation that reflect their authority and duties. The investiture is what we refer to as the sovereign's orb. A golden globe with a cross on top is one of the items. The king is reminded that God is the source of their authority. Queen Mary II and her husband King William III shared the title of joint ruler in 1689. Mary II, the joint monarch, insisted on wearing her own regalia during their coronation rather than the customary consorts. The Kohinoor. One of the most well-known gems in the world is the Cullinan Diamond. The diamond has a troubled past and is most likely from the Golconda mines in central southern India. The Kohinoor, a representation of conquest, has been owned by numerous prior rulers, including Mughal emperors, Iranian Shahs, Afghan emirs, and Sikh Maharajas. As a requirement of the Treaty of Lahore, the East India Company confiscated the jewel from 10-year-old Maharaja Dalip Singh in 1849. The Anglo-Sikh Wars in the Punjab, in what is now northern India and eastern Pakistan, came to an end as a result. The treaty stipulated that Queen Victoria would receive possession of the gem. At 105.6 carats, the Cullinan Diamond is large. It was formerly much bigger, but in 1852, a new cut was made to enhance its brilliance and match then-current European fashions. There are contradictory legends that claim the diamond is equally auspicious and unlucky. According to more contemporary tradition, it would bring bad luck if worn by a man. Currently, the Cullinan is set in 1937, under the reign of Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother. The crown spoon. The 12th century coronation spoon is one of the earliest items in the crown jewels. The most sacred portion of the coronation process, anointing the sovereign with holy oil, is done using it. Due to the coronation spoon's purchase by a man by the name of Clement Kinnersley, it survived Parliament's destruction of the crown jewels in 1649. A commissioner who oversaw the auction of the late king's possessions was Kinnersley, a former employee of the royal wardrobe of Charles I. In an effort to regain the king's favor following the restoration in 1660, Kinnersley gave the coronation spoon back to Charles II. The crown jewels. Who owns them? The king or queen is the custodian of the crown jewels on behalf of the country. Upon their accession, when they become king or queen, they are given to the following monarch. The crown jewels are stored where? In the Jewel House at the Tower of London, the crown jewels are kept under armed security. Each year, tourists from all around the world travel to see them. What age do the crown jewels have? The majority of the collection was created immediately after the monarchy was restored in 1660. For his coronation in 1661, King Charles II gave the order for their creation. The coronation spoon, which dates to the 12th century, is one of the collection's older objects. The imperial state crown, which was constructed in 1937 to replace the crown fashioned for Queen Victoria in 1838, was one of the collection's more recent additions. How did the crown jewels fare in 1649? The coronation regalia were stored at Westminster Abbey until 1649. King Charles I was put to death in 1649 during the English Civil War, and Parliament chose to sell the late king's possessions. The Republic, of which Oliver Cromwell would become Lord Protector in 1653, was founded with this early action. The coronation regalia was the subject of other legislative measures. They could not risk the sacred regalia falling into the wrong hands because they hoped to permanently destroy the monarchy. They were taken to London's Tower, where they were destroyed. The stones were sold, and the Tower Mint melted down the gold frames to create Commonwealth of England stamp coins. Charles II requested new regalia for his coronation in 1661 after the monarchy was restored in 1660. These items still make up a sizable component of the collection of crown jewels, which has been kept safe ever since by the Tower of London and its inhabitants. The 1671 heist of the crown jewels by Thomas Blood. Colonel Thomas Blood made an attempt to steal the crown jewels in 1671. Formerly fighting for the king in the English Civil War, Blood was a soldier, spy, and adventurer who eventually got embroiled in a number of conspiracies, including one to conquer Dublin Castle. On the morning of May 9, 1671, Talbot Edwards, the elderly jewel housekeeper, was duped by Colonel Blood and his allies into revealing them the crown jewels. Security was weak at the period, and you could even handle the crown jewels for a price. Edwards was brutally attacked by the men, who also took hold of the orb, the imperial state crown, and the sovereign's scepter with cross. Fortunately, when Edward's son unexpectedly got home and his daughter sounded the alarm, the men fled in a panic. They eventually all fell into the hands of the soldiers after making a last-ditch effort to reach their horses and exchanging gunfire. Amazingly, Blood got away with it. Blood persuaded King Charles II to give him another chance after being given a meeting with him. In addition to receiving forgiveness for all of his prior offenses, Blood received a grant of Irish lands worth £500 annually. One of the most amazing occasions in the history of the crown jewels must unquestionably be this. If you enjoyed watching this video, then subscribe to our channel for more updates and videos.